Okay, yeah, so my talk tonight is going to be about goals and thinking for yourself, ambitions, self-discovery, and why role models are important. Goals, we all need goals because we need something to look forward to, something to get to, something to keep us going when life gets rubbish, and when things are good, something to appreciate, because every step you take forward and everything you achieve and you learn and you find and you discover about yourself all goes to what you want to become. We're all going to get somewhere, but from my experience, it's better knowing where you're going rather than finding out the hard way, or finding out that you just found your way through things into a better place. So it's just about finding out what you want to be, who you want to be, and where you want to get to, and what you want to get out of your journey in life. I was speaking to my nephew, Jakey boy. I love Jakey, and he's a good kid, and he deserves my help. If he takes my help, that's his choice. If he don't, then I'll always be here for him. I love all my nephews. Kai boy, Kieran, and all the others, And so we need goals. And your goals are going to help you take another step forward. And when you look back, you'll find that these goals have created something a little bit clearer, something a little bit more magical, something to appreciate. And if you have goals, you're better for it, in my opinion. That's just my way of thinking. It's not for you to say I have to think like that, because you have to think for yourself and you make your own choices. And that's what life is all about. I think when you're learning, the secret to living a better life is doing the right thing, but learning to think for yourself, but always learning to think a little bit better for yourself. And me and Jake were talking about, what he wanted to get out of schooling. And I sat down and I got energized and motivated, and I thought, you know what? I want him to feel my energy. I want him to get this. I want him to go to school and enjoy his days and look forward to waking up in the morning. Because a lot of kids nowadays, they don't look forward to waking up to going to school because they don't know why they're going there. So when they leave school, they don't see the point in going through that experience again because they think it's all the same. And that's where a lot of kids lose a lot of their ambitions. And through ambitions, and going to work on a better you, and learning and discovering better parts about you, you get more opportunities, and the experiences count. And you appreciate the experiences no matter how hard they are, because they shape you. And if you've got goals and you're doing good things, you'll find happiness, because your experiences will shape you into a better, stronger, more resilient person. And you'll learn not to, give two F's about anyone that wants to point a finger at you, because they're always gonna doubt you and disrespect you. And that's their way of thinking. If they don't like you, they don't like you. You can't get on with everyone. You can't save the world, but you can make a difference. And if you make a difference to a few people, then that's a good thing to do. And so, we sat down, we were talking. Jakey wants to do football, and he told me all about his schooling. And he wants to pass his PE theory. And I asked him, what's he doing now that can help him with his PE theory. And then he says, I'm taking notes. And I said, good. Are they your notes? Make sure they're your notes, your way of looking at things, your way of relating to the situations, and the skills and the knowledge you need to put together. And he said, yeah. And I says, Where else can you apply that knowledge? Can you apply it at the local football teams when you're warming up with the lads, when you're training? Can you think about these things when you're out and about? And I got him thinking. And, you know, I told him a bit about goals, because goals are important. And I says, you know what, you should have a bit of ambition. Because, you know, the way the world's shaped at the minute, people think that it's all, you know, negative stuff. When really, if you have goals and you're solving the problems around you to get to where you want to get to, the negative stuff doesn't go inside your brain, because you're programming it with goals and you're finding your way of looking at things and you're tuning yourself into where you want to go. So if you find out you want to do what you want to do, and your goal is to help you get there, everything else, that's just the illusion, you know. It's just other people looking in, their way of thinking. But if you've got your own way of thinking and you learn to take your experiences and make a better you, so you can think better and do the right things for the people that deserve it, you will find happiness. And I says, Jakey, why don't you have a word with some of your family members and see whether, you know, you can help out with some coaching? Maybe go down to the coaching clubs if you want to do PE and you're ambitious about football. Maybe doing a bit of coaching might build up your CV. Go down to the football clubs, take some notes. And I says, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to show you, you know, that you can do good. You don't have to be, you know, what everyone else expects you to be. You can be yourself. And I said, it's not about what your mum wants from you. It's not about what your dad wants. It's about what you want to think about and what you want to get out of where you're going in life. And role models. That's what we need. We need more role models. And I said, Jake, the sad thing about today's world is that, you know, when you go to the local estates or when you go around the local areas, kids don't always have the right role models. So they'll follow criminality. And then you've probably got someone that wants to cause you trouble, you know, wants to give you a bad time, and, you know. And unfortunately, that's why we get a lot of people locked up. And people, you know, get shot dead and all sorts, you know, knife crime, robbery, gun crime. It's real stuff, and we have to address these issues. We have to be aware of it, because, you know, the kids today, when they're growing up, they need to see the signs before they get sucked into something. They need to make better choices. And so I said, you know, some poor kids have role models that sit down and they have a way of looking at things, and they might be full on racists, and that's no good for some people, because if that's what you have to look up to, you're already setting yourself up for failure. So I says, you know, despite all the hard things that happen around you, use the knowledge and your learning to help you think about things, but think for yourself. And I says, you know, self-discovery is something that doesn't always make sense straight away, but if you know where you're going, you'll find a way to things. And you're like an artist, you know. You might have an idea and it's just there, you know. It might be, I want to set up an email address to help out with my footballing career, so when I speak to coaches and stuff, I'm more prepared for, you know, being professional. And that speaks volumes, because, you know, we all have an energy that we're gonna project out there. It's up to the others to buy into that, and if they want to join you on this journey and they're worth it and they deserve it, then they'll send you the right signals back, and you'll find that you collaborate and you'll work as a team and you'll get ideas. You've got to find your people. And I said, Jose Mourinho, Pep Guardiola, they do that. And don't think that when they've finished their courses or their schooling, or when they've got home from the football club, that they're just sitting down watching TV. They might watch TV for a purpose, or they might just do it to relax with. But there's a whole lot more to it. There's more to the fact that, you know, when you get home, you might have to do a bit of extra work. You know, you might have to read the extra books to get the extra ideas that motivate your players, that inspire the kids to work a little harder, to get into the first team. You know, all this is possible if you've got goals and you're willing to work harder than the guy next to you and anyone around you. Don't let anyone outwork you, because, you know, work ethic is something that you should pride yourself on. It should be your best friend. Minus your family members that you want in your life, it should be your best friend. And I said, it's not for me to, you know, tell you how to think and what to do. I'm just saying, be ambitious, make the most of your opportunities, and don't be scared of new opportunities or experiences, because they all count. You just got to put them in a bottle, shake it up, and, you know, just let it out, because you are the artist who you're drawing. If you've got goals, if you've got ambition, you've got positive energy, you work hard, and you make work ethic your good friend, you can get through things. And go into goals. So goals, we all have a way of looking at things. I don't think it's one set way of doing things. I don't think it's just about SMART goals. They might work, but I think you've also got process goals and outcome goals. And I think you've got to develop your philosophy. So you might take a bit from him. You might take them as SMART goals and use them somewhere because they relate to where you can put them into your ideas and your way of looking at things. So if you read a bit and you take your notes and you start to design your own little book, your own little drawing, you're better for it. Believe you me. And remember, when you turn up to school, don't think it's all doom and gloom, because schooling is your foundation. Schooling will teach you how to pass exams, which you need to get your A-levels and get your degrees later on or now. And that's life. Schooling will teach you how to work for someone, and that's what you get from schooling. But if you bring the self-discovery or the self-development, whatever way you want to look at it, you will find a way of bringing it all together and creating a better you, a better environment for others to be in, and you will learn resilience. And you will learn so much more about the things around you and the people. And, you know, we have to try and work together and understand people and help people if we can. Mainly if they deserve it. Not everyone deserves it. A lot of people need your help, but they don't deserve it. So you just got to walk on and let people get on with it. But thinking for yourself, goals, ambitions, self-discovery, and role models are just a little part of it. There's so much more. And if you can start with goals and work ethic, you'll find something you want to channel your energy into. But, you know, put it together, use it, you know. We had this conversation. I just called my nephew up because I wanted him to be inspired. I wanted him to have good intentions, good energy when he got out of bed and went to school in the morning. I wanted him to believe he can do stuff. Because the more you watch the TV and the more you listen to people that want to tell you how the world is, the more you're only going to see it that way. But if you learn to think for yourself, be respectful, and work your socks off, and never give up, even when you get kicked down and told you're not good enough, but keep getting back up again, nodding your head and smiling and thinking, just maintain it, keep going, and bring that energy every day. And some days you'll have good days, and some weeks you'll have good weeks, and some days you'll have rubbish days, and some days you'll have rubbish weeks. But that's all part of the parcel of learning to be a better person and being resilient. Goals, thinking for yourself, ambitions, making the most of all your opportunities and experiences, self-discovery through learning and consistency and purpose will help you find your dream. And role models, you know, find the right ones. Protect yourself at all times, but find the right people that switch you onto the right ideas. And everybody's got good in them, it's just how you're going to find it. Are you going to watch from a distance and see how it happens? Are you going to listen to them and take it on board? And the last thing I said to Jake, I says, no, it wasn't the last thing. It was one of the first things, sorry. Yeah? I says, keep a book. Keep this book. And all your coaches, when they tell you these things and you like their ideas, you just write these stories down and these ideas and these concepts. And you make them your own. And that's your way of thinking. You will find your own way. Just like a good artist, a good rap musician, a good singer-songwriter. Take snippets and ideas from places and you make it your own. Own your journey. Own your thinking. Be the artist of your day, your world, the bigger picture. And if people don't like it, that's their problem. That's their stuff, not yours. Never give up. Try your best every day. Work ethic, make it your best friend.